Hi everyone, I wanted to give you some feedback on some of the resumes that I was able to grade this week. Overall, I was very happy with them. The content for the work experience was really good. But I just made some notes on some things that you'll need to do before the revision is due for week 3. So one of the things that I saw across the board was there was a lot of abbreviations. So anytime we do a resume, we're not going to abbreviate dates. So you're not going to put, 5. If you're trying to do May 2016, you're not going to put 5/16. So you'll want to put 5/2016 or just write out May 2016. So the other abbreviation that I saw was if you're getting an associate's degree at Mildred, you don't want to put, I know some of the templates may have this where it says AOS, but you do want to write it out. So Associates in Occupational Studies, Medical Assistant, or whatever kind of concentration you're getting. So really the only abbreviations that should be on your resume are the state. So if you're in Brooklyn, New York, you can just, NY for the abbreviation for New York, but that's really the only abbreviation you should be using. Everyone pretty much had their high school on there. So what I noticed is I think a lot of people had a resume and they sent it to me and then didn't have Mildred Ellie on it at all. So they had their high school, maybe some other colleges they went to, but they didn't have Mildred Ellie on it. So you don't want to put your high school in there. Once you've gone on to college, you can take your high school off altogether. And then as far as the education is concerned, Mildred Ellie needs to be on there, your degree or certificate that you're going for, and then the expected month and year of graduation. So some people were putting, if they did put a school on there, they were putting their dates of enrollment. So, if they went to school from 2010 to 2012, they were putting that date range, and you just need to put the month and year that you graduated or that you anticipate on graduating from. There was a lot of resumes that had missing skills sections. So if you didn't have a skills section, which should go right below your objective, you need to put that on there, and it needs to be a bulleted list with as many keywords or phrases that pertain to the degree that you're going for. So if you're going for medical assistant, you should have all your clinical skills and abilities on there. Vital signs, EKGs, phlebotomy, whatever it sort of is. And then adding some additional medical assistant knowledge in there as well. Some people like to put their certifications in that section. Some people have a separate section for certifications. It doesn't really matter, but that does need to be in there. And again, it needs to go right below your objective. So it's your contact information, then it's your objective, and then your skills section. And the reason we're doing that is, a lot of the resumes that I was getting, most of your old experience is highlighted in the top part of your resume, and you're not going for any of those jobs anymore. So you need to make sure that the top part of your resume, so the top 20% of your page, is highlighting what you are going to school for and what you're trying to get for an ultimate job when you graduate. So if it's medical assisting, then you really need to highlight all your certifications, your skills, your knowledge, the education. Your objective needs to be all about medical assistant. It shouldn't say anything else. It shouldn't be highlighting anything else. And then your work experience, whether it's unrelated or related, should kind of be the latter part of your paper. So, and some of the resume templates should have that laid out. So if you have questions or if you need to see a better example, email me and I'll send you one. A couple people actually had their cover letter attached. That's a separate document, so it shouldn't even be, even though it was a separate page on the document that was sent, that was uploaded, it should be its own saved document. So references, cover letter, and resume are 3 separate documents. The cover letter is not a part of your resume. It should be completely separate. And the other thing is there were a couple of resumes that the whole resume was centered. Make sure your resume is left aligned to the 1-inch margin. There was one person that I suggested maybe shorten the margins a little to 1/2 inch, which I don't ultimately always suggest. But if your if your resume warrants 1 page and you need some extra space, you can shorten the margins on the edge. But everything should be left aligned. We're not centering the resume. And again, just emphasizing, really put that info that you are, for whatever it is you're going to school for, you need to highlight that more. That was the general. I don't think there was sort of one resume that I saw that really screamed at me, Mildred Ellie graduate is coming up. So you need to focus on that for the revision. Really put Mildred Ellie on there. All the skills and the knowledge, the classes that you took should really be highlighted in that skill section through your objective, in your skill summary. If you had an internship, that should be on there. I think I only saw one, maybe two resumes of somebody who had an internship. So if your internship's not on there, that needs to be on there. And certifications. If you got certifications while you're in school, you need to put that on there. The last thing that I wanted to focus on, and I made most of my corrections were around this, was format. So if you are putting on your work experience and you're putting the company name, your job title, your dates of employment, and then your job duties, however you format that needs to look the exact same way for every employer. So if you write, ABC company, June 2010 to June 2013, you were a medical assistant, and then you had 4 bulleted job duties, and company was bolded, and the job title was bold and italicized, the dates of employment were plain, then that needs to look that way for every company you put on there. And spacing needs to look exactly the same. Number of resumes, the format just looked different. There wasn't any kind of format on one work experience, and then it didn't even look the same for the second. And so the format is what I really want you to work on, is cleaning that up. If you have a template that you worked off of and the template you're working off of in Word is not allowing you to, you'll need to meet with your director of career services or somebody in the library, or if you have a tech assistant if you have a computer lab on campus, somebody can help you sort of maneuver that. If you can't get help, you can email me. It's just hard to fix remotely. I can fix it for you and then send it back to you, but I'd rather you seek some guidance on campus for that. It's a button you click in Word that can convert it back to text. Some of the templates you use in Word don't allow you to fix the format, and so it can be annoying, and I know, but I want you to really look at that. And I made notes on each individual resume, so you should be able to kind of filter through what I wrote and make the changes, but your revised resume is due to me week 3, so it's important that you make the changes and upload it so that I can give you some further edits. But I hope this info helps. I decided to do the video just because there seemed to be a lot of general things that I think could apply to everybody. So when we do some of the other future weeks may have some additional videos to help you with job search or even the interviewing. I may do one definitely for interviewing. So when we get to that towards week 3 and 4 for your mock interview for your midterm. So until then, good luck, and I'll look forward to seeing your resumes.